All right, yo, what is up, YouTube? We are back. So I just got done with another video. We're going to be talking now, which kind of was rolling out of the fake space program and you paying NASA with your taxpayer money. Now we're going to be talking about paying with your taxpayer money, paying for American wars and wars in general. I guess this could apply to other countries as well too, but I'm American, so I'm going to be talking about this more. I have a question for you guys to think about as we start this video. What have we achieved with, like, genuinely, what have we achieved with all the American wars that we've had? Now think about Vietnam War, think about Korean War, World War I and II. Those are a little bit different. I could talk about those two separately though, and why we had those. But basically, yeah, as far as I see it, with Vietnam War, allegedly we helped save them from communism, and South Korea as well too, right? But as far as I understand it, Vietnam's a communist country still, right? Which, don't get me wrong, as far as I know, I've heard a lot of good things about Vietnam. It's a really nice place and the people are really cool. Same with South Korea. They're pretty cool people when I went there last summer actually. But yeah, what have we really achieved besides death of the young men all around the world, right? And more specifically, young American men. Desert Storm, all the operations in Afghanistan, Iraq. I mean, what have we really done there? And now we're back in Iran. We're back in the Middle East again after Trump said that we weren't going to be back there. So my point is, when I'm talking about all this, basically nothing comes from American wars but death to young American men. And why do they do this? You might be asking, why do they do this? Well, first off, it's to keep you in a state of fear. It's just one other tactic or one other topic to talk about besides, you know, like the wildfires, the cough 2020 situation, other flus and things going on. Oh, the climate's getting really bad. But you also have wars. You have to watch out for Iran and all these other places having nuclear weapons, and they're gonna do terror attacks on you and things like this. And now, does that stuff happen? Of course, there's people who are extremists in religions, right? Like, we know that from, in particular, from the Middle East. But there's also we've had Christian extremists. We've had, oh, another one, we've had school pow-pows all over the United States as well too. These are all just like news stories that keep going on and on and on. And my thing is any of this real? I think it is real, but I don't know if we're getting the whole story, right? Like, how much? Because from what I also have been seeing is, at least in the Iran situation, like in Iran, is that they're saying one thing and then we're saying another thing. It's like the same thing with the cough situation of 2020, where China was saying, oh, the cough came from the US military, and then the US and like our news was saying, oh no, the cough came from a Wuhan lab in China. So it's just like, okay, dude, like, anyways. But yeah, I guess to stay more on topic, what I kind of realized was, like, for example, during Vietnam War, I guess after like the Vietnam War was like wrapping up, I guess the United States government or the CIA or something like that had a bunch of bombs left over as well too. Now, I don't know this for sure, but they basically just dropped them all over Laos. And I guess Laos is like, I believe it was Laos, right? Is like the most bombed country in the whole world. And that was actually what happened, was all the leftover bombs were just dropped. So I guess that's pretty cool. We just, you know, just drop bombs on a whole country, just whatever, like, screw it, dude. Like, I don't know, man. It's just, yeah, basically my point in this video is that it seems like wars to me are just another form of population control, along with the pokey poke that we always get when we're born, and then the cough pokey poke and all that other stuff of 2020. To me, it just seems like a lot of it is population control. But they also, I mean, they've even admitted that. I've seen people on like shows and stuff like that talking about these issues, like people who are more in power or whatever, or have like some kind of control over like certain things in our economy and things like this, right? Like bigger people of like companies and whatnot talking about this type stuff, that they do certain things for population control. But then you also have like the relationships between like men and women in the Western countries have been really bad. I mean, you guys all know the birth rates are really low in China and South Korea, Japan, and then the Western countries as well too. It's not just like Western countries, but like westernized cultures and whatnot, and then like the East Asian cultures, right? So, but yeah, as far as I can tell, a lot of what is being done is for that, and it's just basically a narrative to like control the population more and keep them afraid, like, oh, don't worry about your government and what they're doing and how they're using your taxpayer money and taxing you to death so you can't live. No, you need to worry about the nuclear weapon that Iran might get on the other side of the world. Which, now, if that is true, which I think I think the world's like a stage, and they set up everything who like control everything anyways. So I don't even really know like if any of that like would actually happen without like them allowing it to, like the people who control everything, right? If it did happen, they would be allowing it, and it would be a part of like a narrative and a story. But yeah, don't worry about actually like what's happening to you where you are, like to what's affecting your community and your family and things like this. Worry about what's on the other side of the world that you don't even know if it's true or not, because like their media and like what they're saying and people over there are saying that it's not true, right? So, but yeah, as far as I can tell, going back to like the Vietnam thing, basically what happened a lot of the time when we were over there and we were having those wars is basically just a lot of young men were dying, pretty much. There was basically no other point to it. So I think without the war, Vietnam probably would have been pretty fine and built up on its own in its own way, right? So, but they always want to spin the narrative of like, oh, well, we were saving them from communism. I'm like, okay, well, Vietnam is a communist country as far as I understand it. So, and like whatever, I know a lot of people like going over there and living there, and they've said it's pretty nice and it's really cheap, right? So, but then I guess we can talk about like World War I and II. Those were also other wars that were basically designed to begin the population decline. It's a lot easier to, I mean, if you think about like World War I, for example, with like the trench warfare, I mean, you're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, I don't know, maybe going over one side at a time. Okay, you guys go over the trench, get machine gun down. Okay, now the other side, you guys go over and try to storm the other side, machine gun down, right? I mean, what was the point of that? So, but I do believe that all of these are orchestrated by the people who actually are in control of this reality. Well, they're not in control of the reality, but they shape our reality, right? So anyways, I think I am about done here with this idea. Not really sure if I have any more to kind of point out on this one. Made 2 videos today, so that was my goal usually when I come out here to the park. So anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I know some of you guys are. I really appreciate the feedback, so if you guys do have any comments or any ideas to elaborate more on these topics, I would really appreciate it. Whether we agree or not, I always am open for discourse. I'm a very pro free speech type person. Just let's actually like have discourse though, which we have been having some pretty good discourse on these videos, and I can tell some of you guys are a lot smarter than I am, which I also appreciate because I love learning in general. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace out from this beautiful sunny day here at the park. Hope you guys are getting outside like always and enjoying the sun a little bit. I always try to go out at least a couple times a week, you know, just enjoy the beautiful weather and get a little bit of sun. You know, you don't need too much, especially if you're as pale as I am. So, but anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.